Hello everyone, I'm Rashika from the Alumni Relations Committee. Today we are bringing you another episode of the Campus Diaries, and today with me we have Mr. Nayan Goyal from Maruti Suzuki. He's from the 2012 batch and he's here to share his insights with us. Let's dive right into it. Sir, it's a pleasure to meet you. How are you doing today?
I'm feeling good, yes.
Great. So sir, let's dive right in. What are your favorite memories from Delhi School of Economics?
I think favorite memories is to be about friendship. I think some of the friends that I've made over the years, and I'm still in touch with them. So whenever we meet, I think that is something which takes me back to being the happy times that we had in this college.
Absolutely. Considering the batch size, do you think that it's a benefit to the people, or do you think that it somehow stops the growth of the students here?
The batch, I'm sorry, what is the batch size right now? At my time it was 20.
At
I think 30, not more than that. So
For us, the batch size is 60. So, how do you think that such a small number of students is a boon or a bane for the students?
no, I think having a smaller batch size, what benefits is that you are able to connect with each and every one of them. You are able to get to know them better, and in a smaller batch size, the learnings that you have from each other is much better than if you have a bigger batch size, because most of the people are not able to gel along or spend that much of time together. So having a small batch size definitely helps in overall growth and getting to know people better.
Absolutely, makes a lot of sense. So, according to you, what is the one skill that you have learned in your college time here that is still helping you excel in your career?
I think one of the biggest things that I learned here was to keep learning, actually never let go of learning. And being in professional career for like now 13 odd years, I think what has helped me a lot in growing as well is that I'm open to learning. I have been looking at new things to learn, new departments to get into, and that has helped me grow into a better corporate individual as compared to if I was only stuck at or doing something which is redundant and which is not in sync with the current trends which is happening in the industry. So I think what I would say is that keep learning. I think that is what we have learned here. Be an open-minded person, look at new things to learn, and that will something that will help you grow professionally as well.
Right. So, sir, you have a lot of experience and being in the corporate for such a long time. How do you still keep learning every year or excelling every year? What are the major sources you look at to upskill yourself?
So one is professional courses. So I have undertaken, I think I take at least 2 or 3 professional courses every year. So that is something which helps. Secondly, learning is not only from bookish learning, I think. So you have to, whatever domain you are working into, you have to keep looking at, there are different publications which come in, there are different news articles which you can look at on a regular basis to keep yourself updated about what's happening in the industry. And other than that, I think you can always you can walk up to your HR, you can walk up to your manager and ask him that, given my skill set, what are the other kind of domains in which I can use these skills and grow. So I have been lucky to be associated with the companies wherein I've been able to work in multiple domains. I regularly work in CFTs, which is cross-functional teams, and I get to work with people from different backgrounds within the same company, but I get to learn about how they look at things, kind of things that they do, and that eventually helps me in growing my overall perspective about different things in corporate.
That's great. That's really good insight to know. Now that we are talking about Maruti Suzuki, so how do you think the culture there is? How well do you fit in, and how should someone who's new to the organization would fit in?
So Maruti, I think it is a very I would say a little bit of traditional sort of a company in which they put a lot of emphasis on learning things and then implementing them. So there are a lot of system and processes which are already in place, and so that's why whenever you are getting into any role, so I've recently joined, it's been 6 months only, but the thing is that what has helped me a lot is whoever I've gone to and asked anything about learning new things, because I've joined in a new department. So people are open to tell you whatever understanding they have, and you can build on perspectives. In Maruti, one more thing is that whatever decisions that you take, those are all data driven decisions. It's not like you can do something, it's not at a personal level, it is more process oriented. So the things that have been happening before, you can always look up to them, and you can take your decision and whatever you want to do, taking reference from all those things.
Right. That makes sense. So, sir, before Maruti Suzuki, you were at Tata Motors. So, tell us something about your experience there.
Tata Motors, I was there for 11 years. I was part of sales team initially. I got to work in different regions in Tata Motors, and then I moved on to the marketing domain, and I had a very good experience for last 3 years learning about marketing, learning about different products, brand positioning, and I think overall the kind of learning that you get and the kind of exposure that you get in Tata Motors is something great, because people are there, they are ready to let you experiment, people help let you do things the way you want to do it, and even if you fail, there is nothing like they will hold it against you. So that kind of openness, that kind of exposure that you get working in such a company in which they are willing to count on your experience, count on your experiments, is something which helps a great as an individual to learn and grow in career.
Perfect. So, from your answer, we can see that your experience has been stellar so far. So, tell us about one rewarding moment in your career that you felt that after doing that you felt as if you've succeeded in life. Any moment so far?
I think it's not about one moment, but it is about every time, whatever you do, if you get acknowledged for that, and if the people within the company, so there is a brand equity that a person holds, and it is up to you to actually determine and see that what kind of brand equity you hold. So if you get to listen from a lot of people on a regular basis that you are doing great, that you are someone who is something who we can look up to, and or who we can depend on for getting things done, I think that in itself is something you feel good about, and you feel like going back to the office and getting the work done, because that kind of regular encouragement is something that not every company gives or not everyone gets. So that kind of thing is something which has actually helped me a lot over the last 13 odd years to excel at whatever I'm doing.
That's great. So, we have a lot of students who are pursuing international business, and considering that you have already went through that cycle and even excelled at your career. So, do you have any advice for them, as in what more they can do in addition to their curriculum to excel in their careers?
So I think being in DSC, being in this Delhi University, it gives you a lot of exposure to actually go and participate in multiple events and broaden your horizon. So what I would say is just try, don't feel shy about participating or about failure. You should go, you should try different things to actually understand that what are the things that you actually like or you can excel at, and these kind of different events, different activities is something which is a good testing waters. You can test waters, and then whatever you learning you get, you can actually implement those in your career once you get into the corporate life, because these kind of moments, these kind of learnings is something which you will not get once you get into that grind of corporate life. So whatever, expand your horizon, try and do whatever different things that you can do, travel, enjoy with your friends, and whatever memories that you make, just be happy about them.
That sums it up perfectly. So this brings us to the end of the interview session. Any final advice for for the juniors or for the junior batches? Any advice?
Nothing, I think. There is nothing more to add, I think. Just focus on whatever exams and what you give. Prepare well for the interviews, because whatever numbers what you get in your exams is not something which will be held for when you are going for an interview.
Right.
So when you are going in an interview, what I have seen a lot of times, we go unprepared. We do not think that what we are supposed to say about basic questions like, tell me about yourself, where do you see yourself 5 years, 10 years down the line. It seems trivial to actually think about them. You feel that you will be able to give a right answer when that question comes to you, but you will give a better answer if you prepare it well, think about it, think about what you want in life, and then go about it. So don't take any interview or any small thing, matlab anything non-seriously. Take a look at them seriously, and I'm sure if you show that dedication and that importance of that interview to the interviewer, you will get through.
And that makes a lot of sense. That's amazing. Thank you so much, Nayan sir, for sharing so many insights and spending time with us. I'm sure
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm sure the students have learned a lot from this session. Thank you so much.
Thank you.